So I'm sitting here with Tim Callahan, the National Director of Ideal Protein.
Yes, ma'am.
And Ideal Protein is, is a different kind of corporate partner for us. I don't think we've ever had a corporate partner that fits in your
It's a
segment.
different niche, yeah. I mean, we're a medically designed weight loss protocol for the practice.
Okay.
And we are currently in about 3,500 practices in the U.S.
Wow.
We're a Quebec company out of Canada, and we own our own pharma lab. So we manufacture our own protein foods, thus Ideal Protein. And, the Look Ahead study, one of the more recent obesity studies in the U.S. that's just finishing up, I think over 5,000 attendees in the study, and other studies at Hopkins and Duke and UCLA with protein diets and true ketogenic diets. There truly is a place for it in the practice. It's been a huge paradigm shift, and it's been a great partnership with MedAxiom.
So obesity, is such a big issue for this country and the health of this country. And we, many of the things that we talk about at our meeting are around the treatment of heart disease.
Sure.
And this is the hope this can really make a difference. I mean, if you're able to get a patient population who is obese and have them lose weight, what are some of the effects of losing weight that you've seen for your patients?
We're focused on hyperinsulinemia and insulin resistance. And not to get crazy, but Physiology 101, the hyperconsumption of carbohydrates, the North American diet, so to say, that has really caused or fueled obesity in the U.S. I think from the 1980s till now, it's doubled in many demographics. So, we're an obese and sick nation. And many times when it's central obesity or visceral fat or, there's comorbidities that go with it or disease states that are coupled with it. So when we focus in our protocol on that common denominator of all the separately treated disease states, i.e. hypertension, dyslipidemia, and diabetes, we're seeing, at least reporting back to us, well, obviously we can't make claims. Our food labels are FDA approved, which we took the effort and did the due diligence to do with 66 different foods. We can't make the claims, but what we're seeing is improvement in a lot of those separately treated disease states. That's what our doctors are reporting back to us. And with the paradigm shift that's occurring in the U.S., and with certainly the ACA and the ACOs and quality and care in regards to the patient satisfaction and them being happier, it's apparently a good fit,
So we've have at least a couple of our groups that are using this product and they're prescribing it to their patients. Sure. And so let's just talk about the medical effects.
Sure.
What are some of the effects that some of our members have had that they've seen with their patients once they get on the Ideal Protein program?
Well, again, insulin is a growth factor, and if we can rest that insulin through eating patterns, and I think what our doctors finally are starting to agree with is that most of the obesity today was caused by poor eating. Not just calories in and calories out, but poor eating. And that hyperinsulinemia, that hormone of insulin, is critically important in our body, but when it's hypersecreted, the more fat gets stored for future use. So what our protocol does, because it's a low-calorie diet, and we restrict the carbohydrates, and we restrict sodium, and we restrict saturated fat consumption, and it does taste pretty good, which is crazy, because we took a lot of it down, but what it does is it rests that insulin. And if we can do that, then what we're seeing is a major diuresis week 1 and week 2. So that traps sodium in the kidneys and the wasted potassium and magnesium. So that's the water, the flush, right? So hypertension should improve. Blood pressure should improve. Again, not a claim, but that's what they're telling us. GERD, acid reflux, it should improve. We're seeing really good lipid panels in 6 to 8 weeks. Not just good, but sometimes stellar. And certainly, because it is a lower carbohydrate diet, we're seeing the glucose and the insulin improve in the body. So, their blood sugar improvement and diabetics are improving. Sorry. So we're seeing the dependence on the insulin and the dependence on oral glycemics reducing. So it's really cool to be a part of such a movement. It's just different for the practice setting.
We were at a meeting and we saw one of our members, oh my gosh, you look so good. Sure. It's unbelievable how good you look. I did the Ideal Protein program. I said, oh, why did you do that? She goes, well, because turned out my triglycerides were high, my blood pressure was high. And she goes, amazingly, after I went on the program, I lost the weight. I'm off my hypertensive medication. My triglycerides are normal. I mean, I am hearing from people that are doing this that it is having the effect.
We try and have the patient share that, because you got to be really careful. Obviously, we're partners, so it's okay to discuss it here, but I've got to be careful when we discuss it. It's so fantastic, the impact that you're having in regards to dependence on medication. Medication is critically important to a lot of folks. It's going to treat that symptom, hopefully improve quality of life, right? But when you look at the standard of care for every separately treated disease state, in the top 3 is diet, an improved diet. So what we've been able to do, and Hopkins, like I said, has done it before, and Duke has done it, Stanford, all our top U.S. Medically educational facilities, higher education facilities, they do this type of protocol within their facilities. You'll go to Duke for a month, you'll go to Duke for 2 months. What we've tried to do is package it in a way that it can be done seamlessly and integrated into the practice, predictable, repeatable, and measurable. That's respectful and appreciative and professional for the practice and being invited in that practice to do it. But we're both after the same thing. I mean, the why statement is the same. The doctors really want to leave a footprint, and so do we. We want to be known, and that's why we don't advertise, and that's why we're not publicly on TV, and that we're really trying to go where the root cause is in the medical practice, where they have the trusted advisor relationship with their patients, and they want to make the difference in their community. And it's been a really enjoyable ride. And our relationship with MedAxiom has been phenomenal because we're allowed to have access, in a really professionally well done way. We're allowed to have access. It's non-invasive. We're not trying to be invasive, but we get an opportunity to sit across from physicians that want to engage.
Well, and I think it hasn't hurt that so many of our members have tried it and had success.
No, I think that's it. Look, it's all about results, right? I mean, life is about results and timing. And so we've been in the States for, this is our 6th year. And physicians come from other physicians because they tell each other that it works, right? Yeah. But the timing of our relationship with MedAxiom in year 4, 5, and 6, we're very appreciative because we've really enjoyed it. The cardiology practice, 99% of their, and obviously it's a hypothesis, it's not a clinical study, but 99% of their patients are metabolic. They're not all overweight, but they're dealing with hypertension and more likely heart issues caused from that and other issues, maybe some genetics, and they're probably dealing with dyslipidemia or cholesterol issues. More than likely today, 6 out of 10 are diabetics, just because those are the stats. That if there's heart disease, there's probably diabetes in there too. So that's a great place for us, and we're very appreciative of being invited to be a partner of yours.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Tim. Thanks for sitting down with me.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.